Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Devil Hunter Ministry. I'm your host, Devil Hunter. Now we're going to go ahead and move to a different person who is also in this deal of with Tovia Singer and actually hosts Tovia Singer a lot. And at first I thought he was just a host, but turns out he has his own stuff as well. Many of you probably have known him. This is the first time for me to actually know these kind of things. So he had recently posted a video about Isaiah 53, verse 9, about not being about Yeshua HaMashiach. So in English, that means Yeshua the Messiah. And he says to see Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 13. So first, I'm going to read to you what Isaiah 53, chapter 9, or chapter 53, verse 9 says. And then I'm going to read to you what Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 13 says. And then I will go ahead and expound to you things from there. So Isaiah chapter 53, verse 9 states, "And he made his grave with the wicked and with the rich in his death, because he had done no violence, neither was there any deceit in his mouth." Now, let's go ahead and read what Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 13 states. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 13 states, "The remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity, nor speak lies, neither shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth. For they shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid." So, in case you didn't catch the parts of this that is already destroying the video that he already made, let me point it out to you. So, let's do this again. "And he made his grave with the wicked and with the rich in his death, because he had done no violence, neither was there any deceit in his mouth." Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 13. Again, "The remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity, nor speak lies, neither shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth. For they shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid." So his video is already destroyed with that right there, because he's mixing apples with oranges. He's trying to call one thing that is not and one thing that is as though it weren't. So again, and for this person who has actually in his own channel, his own description, whatever you want to call it, has actually put there that he was a person who preached the truth, allegedly. What kind of truth? Don't know. It could be a false thing or it could be a real thing. But he says he's the son of a preacher and whatnot, and used to preach truth. Well, we know that most ministers, even today, don't even preach the truth. They preach their own things and mold the audience to the benefit. So, but for all we know, his father could be preaching truth. He could have preached truth. I don't know. But if this is true, then he goes along with those who have unfortunately gone and departed from the faith, as it is written in 1 Timothy chapter 4, verses 1 and 2, "Giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, and departing from the faith." So, to me, sounds like one of those, or as simply called a renegade. So, let's go ahead and get this straightened out, shall we? So, if we let the scripture talk for itself and let the scripture explain the scripture, as most of us do, including myself, then we shall not argue, and I will not argue, that the remnant of Israel is talking about Israel, the people, as well as it says, "Deceitful tongue found in their mouth," not a single person and theirs, so it's a group of people. So there is no argument there that is talking about a group of people. However, that does not at all have anything to do with the Messiah. So, Isaiah chapter 53, verse 9, let's go ahead and straighten this out now. "And he made his grave with the wicked." So you all know, and I know, those of you who know the truth, know what this is. This is a messianic verse. There is no any way around that at all. So, let's go to where this is fulfilled. Isaiah chapter 53, verse 9, "And he made his grave with the wicked." Matthew chapter 27, verse 44 and verse 50. We'll start at 44. And the thieves also, which were crucified with him, cast the same in his teeth. And now we'll go to verse 50. And Yeshua, I changed the name from Jesus to Yeshua because Jesus is a Greek term, not a Hebrew or a Greek name, and in which the Greek translation of Jesus translated to English means son of Zeus. So I will always correct that part and call him by the correct name. So, Yeshua, when he had cried out again with a loud voice, yielded up the ghost. Means he died. He died with the two who are crucified with them. He made his grave with the wicked. Now, for the next one. And with the rich in his death. For this, we can go to Matthew chapter 27, verses 57 through 60. 57. When the even was come, there was a rich man of Arimathea named Joseph, who was also himself was Yeshua's disciple. And he went to Pilate and begged him the body of Yeshua. Then Pilate commanded the body to be delivered. And when Joseph had taken the body, he wrapped it in a clean linen cloth, and laid it in his own new tomb, which he had hewn out in the rock. And he rolled a great stone to the door of the sepulchre, or sepulchre, however you want to pronounce it, and departed. There you go. He had also done that. So, as in, and the rich in his death. Now, for the next one. Because he had done no violence. We can find in Luke chapter 23, verse 4. Then Pilate said to the chief priest and to the people, I find no fault in this man. There is nowhere in any scripture at all, any writing in the Christian Bible or New Testament, however you want to say that Yeshua had at any time done violence. Now you might say, oh, he changed over the tables and whatnot. That was not violence. That was him getting ticked off because God has a right to get ticked off. God has a right to get ticked off in case you wanted to be like, oh, he's saying Yeshua is God. Yes, Yeshua is God. God in flesh. He was in flesh in the Old Testament and flesh in the New Testament. I am not going to refute saying that God was not in flesh. God was in flesh. If you want to refute that, I will refute you. So, God was in flesh. So, he had every right to do so. He changed out the tables. He did not strike any man. And we'll go to 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 23. Who, when he was reviled not again. When he had suffered, he threatened not, but committed himself to him that judgeth righteously. And now for another one. Neither was any deceit in his mouth. We'll go back again to 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 22. Who did no sin, neither was guile found in his mouth. There you go. You're welcome. So, now that is debunked. Now you know the truth versus the lie. So the lies have been exposed. Thank the Lord Yeshua HaMashiach and also the Lord Yehovah. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. I appreciate the love and support. And as always, love and peace till next we meet.